It's cold and frigid.
But the bitches are back.
Sorry.
Welcome to GayTalk 2.0, the ultimate podcast for your dose of dish.
Good evening, ladies and gents, and welcome back to another episode of GayTalk 2.0, an LGBT podcast streaming live on digital stream radio, where you can access that live stream every Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and you can do so by visiting digitalstreamradio.com. My name is Tom, and I'm your host, and as always, I'm in the studio with my friends, starting with the first one.
Hey, y'all, Nick or Trish.
And
J Bear, a.k.a. your boyfriend's boyfriend.
all right, and welcome you all to the dish. It's been 84 years since we recorded an episode. A lot of things have been going on over the last 2 weeks.
Blame me. You can blame me.
Well, and Nick had a little bit to do with that, but not all of that. So we'll start off with the fact that you needed to travel to Florida, so you weren't able to be here that first Monday. And we decided to, let's take a day off and cancel the show. And then she decided to extend her trip.
Well, no, not really. What happened was
What happened
there was a nor'easter and my flight got canceled.
Right.
So I had to rebook it. So I missed that following Monday, or I could have paid like $200.
It was disappointing. It literally was 6 inches.
Yeah, well.
But nonetheless, you ended up staying in Florida. We had a show scheduled, Jay and I developed a really bad migraine on last Monday and decided to cancel the show. And Jay's like, he didn't get no migraine. He just can't do a show without Trish. Mm-hmm. I mean, he's not lying, but he is lying. I really did have a really bad migraine. And so I had no capacity to be with headphones on and looking dead at these lights that are in studio, and it was bad. So we canceled the show. But here we are. We're here.
Yeah, 2 weeks later. Eh?
We're queer. Well, sort of, kind of.
Queer's queer.
Yeah, right. I say so. So I'm going to toss it over. Let's do a round table really quick. How have we been in the past 2 weeks? Why don't we start off with you, Trish? You had an adventure.
Oh, God. Where do I even begin?
Oh, Lord have mercy.
It's been a ride. I've been really busy at work, but I was in Florida for the past 2 weeks, working remotely, which was very interesting for both me and my family, mainly because every 5 minutes, all I could hear was my dad saying, Nicholas,
Oh, my God.
Nicholas. He actually came into, so I took over his office because he can't move, but he started to
Of course you did. Even if he could move, you would still take over his office.
Yeah,
Who are you kidding?
Valid. But he started to get really good with his wheelchair.
Oh, Lord.
And he just rolls into the office, and he's behind me while I'm on a Zoom call. And I'm like, Dad, get the fuck out. What are you doing? And he's just like, it's my office. I was like, not this week.
Trolling.
But he's doing good. But then, my grandpa had an issue when I was down there. Then my grandma, my mom's side. It was one thing after the next. And then I got stuck there. And then I decided to stay an extra couple of days because the weather finally got nice.
Right.
And then now I'm here.
And now she's here.
Yeah.
And queer. Well, we're happy to have you back.
Regretting the weather change?
It's pretty cold.
Well, surprisingly, it wasn't too hot when you were there, right? You had a couple of
The last
cooler
4 days were
right.
80, sunny, perfect, beautiful.
Yeah.
And then I had to fly back.
Yeah, and then you come out and you're like, your lungs just shrink instantly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what?
But here it's been frigid. It's been horribly cold. So much so that my entire patio must have lifted at least 1/4 of an inch by the door, because when I try opening my slider or my storm door, it would scrape at the bottom, and normally it doesn't do that. And then finally, when it thawed, when everything, when it got warmer, it seems to have lowered again because my door can open now.
How about that Porsche last night?
Porsche. What happened?
That got stuck on the ice.
Oh, that's right. So we worked last night at the bar. I'm doing karaoke. This bitch is behind the bar, and there was this Porsche stuck on the corner of the bar, on a mound of God knows what it was.
Yeah.
Ice and snow.
Mm-hmm.
And he pulled up on top of it.
Oh yeah, and it bottomed out
like a true idiot.
But let me tell you, They were hot as fuck. It was a Porsche, and I was like, "Oh, I'll help."
But hot as fuck, but dumb as fuck, because they had a chair. And he was going to stick the legs of the chair in between the tires so that he could try rotating. And I'm like, you do realize that whole chair is going to spin and all that's going to take your undercarriage and rip it apart, right?
Should have left them.
Well, then on top of that, they were like, "Do you have any ice melt?" And I was like, "Yeah, we do." And so I bring it out, and I'm looking at the thing. I'm like, "Yeah, ice melt is not going to help that." It was like 3 inches.
3 inches. That thing was
Maybe.
like 6 inches off the ground. It was
Damn,
massively
Nick,
high.
you're.
Yeah, she's
It was
underwhelming.
3 inches long.
Yeah. She's underestimating,
Underestimating.
underreaching,
girl.
under-exaggerating her.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
it didn't help, so it doesn't matter.
So, but it was crazy. People were crazy. And how about you, Jay? How are you?
I'm good, actually. I had a good weekend.
That's
I
always
did
good.
Absolutely nothing Saturday. No, I finally installed the TV my wife got a few months back.
A few months ago?
Yeah.
Jesus. Oh,
She bought a 75-inch.
size queen.
75-inch.
She's such a size queen.
And I
It's
didn't
no wonder
want.
she's married to
yeah,
you, big old bear.
probably, but
Wow.
I'm not. I didn't want a bigger TV. I was fine with my 40-inch TV,
Right.
but she decided to surprise me.
He's
and I
so
was like, "Man,
modest.
I don't,
But
I don't
now that it's
find the-
up, he's like, yeah.
Yeah, I've been watching it, but I finally put the TV up on Saturday, and all we did was binge watch TV shows. And
Nice,
caught up on
nice.
stuff, which was cool. And my Sundays are for mom, so I just hang out with mom every Sunday.
Nice.
So
Nice.
the usual for Sunday. It was a kind of low key weekend, which wasn't bad.
Not bad. Not bad.
Yep.
Me, my little adventure over the past 2 weeks, I mean, the most memorable one was my snowblower thing. So the night before we were expected to get the big storm, I made the trek down to my shed all the way at the end of the property and took everything out, pulled
4 miles.
It's like
yeah,
Yeah,
4 miles.
4 miles.
and pulled out my snowblower and put everything back in, closed the shed up, brought up the gas and everything, and I'm trying to turn the sucker on because it's self-propelled, so it's easier to go up the hill if the fucker is on and you can actually just follow it. And the fucker won't start. And I'm like, oh fuck. And so, mind you, I left gas in the tank from last year, but I did put stabilizer in it. So they say, usually you would have to either empty it out, siphon out the gas and leave it empty, or put stabilizer in it, which I did. It wouldn't start. So I bring it all the way up, dragging that thing. And that thing is heavy. That's
I have
a couple of
one, I
100
know.
pounds.
Yeah.
And I get it up to my patio and I'm trying to start it. I'm like, all right, fuck you, rope. It's got an electric starter. So I plug it in, I'm trying, and it's not going. And so I send one of my friends a message who's, hello, who was at one point, my landscaper. And I said, this thing won't start. Do you have any idea what it could be? Could it be a spark plug? Blah, blah, blah. I mean, it's 5 years old, but I've used it like 3 times because, you buy a snowblower and then it never snows. That's just the irony. And he goes, well, do you have gas in it? I'm like, duh. Yeah, the tank is full. How old is the gas? It's from last year. Did you put stabilizer in it? Yeah. He goes, why don't you try getting new gas? So I went, bought a new canister, went to Lowe's, bought a siphoned out the gas, put in new gas, gave it a couple of flips on the
You flushed it, yeah.
on the line thingamajiggy, and then it started. I was like, yay. So I was ready. I was prepared for the next day, which is when we were expecting the storm. But what the fuck, man? It's like you have to jump through hoops just to get your snowblower started.
Well, they're notorious for that. And you know what? I was meticulous about it when I first got mine 11 years ago.
Right.
And I just leave the same gas in and that's it.
Right. But best be known,
I don't even put stabilizer in my shit.
she will be
Yeah,
empty.
bad.
I will be sucking the shit out of that gas out of that tank this year.
There'll be a line
So,
over there.
Come spring, that's something that
There'll
I'll
be a line
doing.
in the spring
Well,
by
when
the shed.
the storm was coming, we have a plow company that comes and, clears out our lot.
Really?
Yeah.
And how's that hole being plowed? Oh, I know. I'm
It's
kidding.
been 84 years. No, but I I had my keys with me Pat wasn't home. You were watching Raleigh. So there was no one there to move my car. And so my car got plowed in.
Oh, that's the worst.
But by the time I got home, it was like all gone and fine.
Right.
But definitely like scratched up the edges of my car.
Oh, I would have beat somebody.
Yeah, it's fine. It's covered. But
and it's not like your roommate could have done it because he was away too.
Right.
I mean, he was on work duty, which is why I had Raleigh. Wow, that's incredible.
But I left my keys. What actually happened was I left my keys in the Uber when I was going to the airport in New Haven.
Oh my God.
And that's like my work, my house, my car. And so I called the guy. He's like, I'll hold on to them. And I was like, all right. So I'm on my way back. I call him. He's like, just pay me cash. I'll pick you up. I have your keys. So he picked me. I was like, I'm landing at 140. He came, picked me up, gave me the keys. I gave him like $20. And he's like, whenever you need me to pick you up, let me know. I'm like, all right. And he was like super cute. And it's a Mercedes. I was like, we got a deal. Like, done.
Hey, Daddy.
That's it.
That's awesome.
I know, right?
So you better work this thing. So, wow. Well, I'll tell you one thing. So once I got that fucker started, the day of the storm, after everything was done, I went out and I started, doing my sidewalks and stuff. I started, and like that scene in oh my God, what is it? Tom Hanks movie.
Castaway?
No, Box of Chocolates.
Oh, Forrest Gump.
Forrest Gump. You know how he says, like, I just started running and then I just never stopped. So I started snow plowing and I just never stopped. I just kept going. I did the entire sidewalk for this whole neighborhood. And then my neighbor from across the street, who's an older woman who was married, her husband died, unfortunately. So now she's a widow. She's out there with a little shovel trying to do her driveway. I was like, step aside, Miss Thing. Let's go. I did her driveway. I did her sidewalk. I did my other neighbor's
Hunger got her
sidewalk.
steps in.
And I was out there for like 4 hours.
Wow.
And I just did it. I was like, that's it. It's getting done. And luckily, the one thing I like about big storms is when they land on weekends, because you don't have to worry about going to work, getting somewhere fast. You're already home, have your breakfast, whatever, and then go out there and do your thing.
It snowed till what? Saturday midday, early afternoon?
From midday. Yeah, I think it was.
I went out Sunday afternoon.
Right.
I refused to. I was like, I'm not doing it.
God,
but
when
it is
I was
what
a
it
kid,
is.
I was like shoveling all day
Yeah.
when we had storms. It was ridiculous.
Dude,
It's
believe
the
it or
worst.
not, that's the funny thing. The one thing that I saw from a lot of people this year, no kids with shovels looking for money. No kids.
I didn't ask people for money. My parents were like, go shovel the fucking driveway.
Oh no, but like in my area, like every year, there's always a couple of kids running around with shovels. Hey, when your sidewalk done or your driveway done, $20 or, whatever you want to give us. This year, nowhere. You didn't see anyone do it.
I mean, we move from the era of when parents used to want to educate their children on how to earn their money.
Yeah.
To now parents just spoiling the shit out of their kids. I'm going to give them everything I never had as a parent, right? Or as a child. And that turns into they don't have to do anything for everything.
You know what?
That's creating a...
I'm done. Like, are you fucking kidding me? I literally was in Florida for 2 fucking weeks taking care of a gimp. Love you, Dad. But a gimp. And what did I get? Nothing. I didn't get paid. I mean, they did. I mean, I ate their food, but I did have to go grocery shopping while I was down there.
Right.
My money.
Right.
I'm like, what am I getting here? Oh, your love and support.
Right.
Not really. So,
yeah. But it's the reality. It's the truth of how, this generation is
Times
growing
have
up.
changed.
Yeah.
It's like it's all about video games. Nobody wants to be outdoors anymore, playing hide and seek and any other game that we used to play when we were kids. And
Run, catch, and kiss.
yeah, well,
run, catch, and suck.
Yes.
Mine was more like run, catch, and get plowed in the
Get plowed
fucking
Behind the avocado mango tree?
No,
What
that
is
was
that
in Puerto
game?
Rico.
Wait, I don't know that game.
Mine was run, hide, and get plowed in a shed
Yeah,
somewhere
yeah.
behind somebody's backyard.
Uh-huh.
That was mine.
That was Tom.
That was my game. What was your game?
You hate me? Then meet me behind that tree later.
I'm gonna let you take all your hate out on me.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna let you beat me and call me a bitch. Anyway, see, we're back. We missed it. We're
catching up.
That's right. We have to catch up, but we do have a lot of things that
Before we move on, I gotta tell you.
Oh, okay.
You know the whole Brussels sprout thing on Friday. Friday, right?
Bitch. Yeah. So we went to Dive Bar, and I introduced them to the Brussels sprouts that they sell there. And
what are they made with? Yeah, no, I'm not a Brussels sprout.
They have to be deep fried because you can't get an even char.
It's like maple and bacon.
Yes.
And honey, and it's amazing. They're amazing.
Man,
this bitch farted me out of her car. And then she closes the windows. Well, no.
Windows were frozen shut.
Then it was right. So it's so cold that you hit the button, the windows go, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna die in this car.
Dude, it was bad.
I didn't even wait for the truck to stop. I just hopped off as soon as I got to the curb by my house.
Yeah,
wow.
She was gonna gas me.
It was bad. And I've never really liked Brussels sprouts to begin with. It
happened that quick for you?
Within
20
minutes, half hour of eating them.
Yeah.
Did you even have 3 minutes with your wife that night, or she was like, "Get the fuck away
Oh
from
no,
me"?
she suffered the entire fucking night. She was like, "No cuddling tonight."
You're welcome.
Alexa, cancel alarm.
Yeah. It was bad. I mean, it was delicious because I've never been able to really eat Brussels sprouts, and I think that kind of did me in because I was like, "These shits are good."
Yeah.
So I kept tearing into them. We
God.
finished them off.
Yeah, they're amazing.
But I wasn't only farting; I was burping them up too all night.
Oh yeah.
So the entire night
and
after
the
that.
weird thing about their Brussels sprouts is that when you burp them up, you don't burp it and taste like digested food. It tastes like you're just putting it in your mouth all over again.
Yeah.
Like a second meal.
Yeah.
It's pretty much. Pretty much. No,
So
but you're right. That was a good time.
So it was good. I appreciate that you showed me that option. I don't think I'll eat them again, only because of the gas.
But
Right.
didn't something else happen
Well, you
when
can
you
have
guys were at
Beano.
Dive?
What are you talking about?
Oh,
I don't know what you're talking about.
Depends.
yeah.
Well, it depends.
I mean, I received a photo.
Oh, Elsie came. Yeah, Elsie was there.
No, that's not what I'm talking
She joined
about.
us.
Someone brought their iPad.
I didn't bring my iPad. That was my phone.
Sorry, your phone.
Yeah.
I was playing SimCity on my phone. I was sitting at the bar.
You're obsessed.
I'm
Oh, yeah,
obsessed with
she
SimCity,
was.
so
I
I
forgot what happened. We were doing something, and Tom stood quiet for a minute, and Elsie and I are having a conversation, and I look over and I'm like, "This bitch." So before I even said anything, I was like, "Click."
She literally took a picture and just sent it to Trish. Like, look at this bitch. She's sitting here playing video
Invite
games.
her out to dinner, and she's over here playing Sims.
No, but the thing is, so in SimCity, so I knew that I was going to be gone for at least 4 hours, so I put something in that would be ready in 5 or 4 hours. But we were there for a lot longer than what we thought. So I was like, oh my God, I got to go collect what I put in to make and put some new stuff in there, and then I'll just put my phone down and continue on with our whatever we were doing.
night, yeah.
And I did.
Oh, by the way, yeah, no, that was good. The other thing is, Elsie had me dying with El Nino.
Oh my God.
El Nino. So
Her and her
to
little
us,
baby.
El Nino is the little kid.
Yeah.
So El Nino, her nephew.
Oh, I can't talk about him on the show.
El Nino, El
Why?
Nino, El
Because
Nino.
he doesn't like me.
He doesn't
But
like.
he listens.
I know,
listens.
but he doesn't like me, so
So-
I try not to.
So this whole thing, Nick. So she's like, "Oh yeah, when we travel, we take them places where it's safe." And I'm like, "How old is this fucking guy?" I thought he was like 16.
Oh no.
Girl, I was like,
He's
"It's
practically
my
40.
daughter's age."
You know what though? I have to say, age doesn't really matter
No,
because I've experienced my family at certain ages where you're like, oh,
but yeah,
you
no.
still need a leash.
I understand, but the way she kept referring to him, I thought he was like young kid, like
someone
a
who's still at
teenager that's
home.
still.
Oh, you
that's-
didn't know?
No,
Not allowed to
no.
go out. Not allowed
I mean,
to
she
do
always
none of
refers
that.
to El Nino, so I always assume it's a young kid.
In bed by 10, that
Yeah.
whole 9 yards. No, this
I
is
was
a
gonna-
30-something-year-old.
Yeah, I was
like,
gonna mess with her, but
hot
yeah, he's cute. He's cute.
young man, hot.
He is very attractive.
And when you start, so I scold Elsie. I'm like, because she's sort of kind of has her opinions on what he does and what he chooses to do as an adult.
But
in his
meanwhile,
life.
she hangs out with us.
Right. And I said, you know, you need to let that boy be and be supportive. Be a supportive auntie. If he's got a fucking, OnlyFans, get up on that shit, register, and support him monetarily. You don't have to look at his OnlyFans, but you can support him. Matter of fact, let me know what his OnlyFans is. I'll support him too.
Tommy was just trying to get his OnlyFans. That was all.
But
you can email us at GayTalk2.0.com.
Okay, first of all, she can just Venmo him. She does not need to get on OnlyFans to support his ass.
But that keeps your income all in one place, so that way it's easy for taxes.
Okay.
Oh, I'm just saying. So,
hey, but cash doesn't have to be reported.
But we have our differences in the way that we look at, because she looks at him as El Niño.
Yeah, she had me confused.
Yeah, I was like, he's a 30-something grown ass man. Please be supportive. Please be understanding. Please be open minded, and don't treat that young, gorgeous, hot man like he's 12.
Yeah, it was like when I was down in Florida, and my dad was like listening in on my Zoom calls, and he was like, "Oh, you really know what you're good at your job." I was like, "I know, Dad, obviously. What do you think I am?"
She's a mess.
But yeah,
it
was, all in all, it was a good night. We had a good time. I didn't think we were going to be there that long either. But
no, we were home by 10:30, 11.
Yeah, but which was nice. But I mean, I guess it was like I texted and I was like, I need to go out and like
do something
with someone other than people I live with. I just need that break.
Yeah.
Right.
And for me, it's become a big thing in the past few years where I do plenty with my family. We do a lot of stuff together. But I've also learned that I need time for me.
Me time is important.
With other friends that are not immediate family. And I also go out on my own a lot. I tend to go out to the bars and have a few beers alone.
Right. That's not wrong with that.
I've learned to stop making plans with people because that, a few years back I was like, hey, we're gonna meet for beers. Yeah, I'll call you when I'm ready. It's midnight and hey, I'm ready now. No, never mind. I'm in bed.
Right. But so self-care is important.
So I started doing that. I just 10 o'clock, whatever. I'm like, I'm going out for a couple of beers.
Yeah.
And that's, I was like, I need company with other people than people I live with.
Yeah. Tom and I were talking about that earlier.
It's fun.
Yeah. Self-care.
Well, self-care is important. Yeah. Any form, whether it's yoga, whether it's masturbation or, liquid courage, whatever it is, a little bit of it. Self-care is very important.
Absolutely.
Put yourself first sometimes. It feels good. Yes. Why are you so perplexed over here, Miss Thang?
Nothing. Never mind.
Okay.
I just had a moment. Like I forgot.
You forgot about what?
I did announce on the show that I got a promotion, right?
Yes, you did.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. This was right before you left.
It's been so long. I'm like, what?
I was going to mention something, but I can't remember either.
Well, the reason I brought that up was because Tom was telling me that I need to be more aware.
Right.
Because there has been a lot of things that are constant now.
Right.
So.
Okay.
Well, just be aware that, one has to find a balance between work and life. Mm-hmm. And when work continuously invades your life after work, that could be very problematic. It could lead to, unhealthy habits. It can lead to, stress, not sleeping, gray hairs. So, just know that you have a responsibility to your field and whatever it is that you do, but you also have a life, and that it is important that you balance both.
Definitely.
So
it can be hard, but yeah.
Listen, don't let any job like drag you to the point where you can't even exist anymore, because you're just a number, and when you die, they just hire another person and they keep it moving. So, take your vacations, take your PTO, take all of your sick time.
And don't feel guilty about it.
Right. Don't. The work will be there when you get back.
I was having that same conversation with Tony a couple of days ago, because he's been working from home, but he does IT for a big university, and they're constantly calling him.
Yeah.
And even after hours, there's times that we're on the phone or chatting, and he's like, "Oh, hold on, I gotta answer this," and I'm like, "Dude, are you getting paid?"
Right.
It's 9 o'clock at night.
And the excuse that, oh no, well, your salary.
Yeah. Right.
That's not like if I hear another fucking person say, well, if you work, more than 40 hours, it is what it is. Yeah. No, I mean, yes, some weeks You're going to. Things come up. You have an event. You have whatever it is. But at the end of the day, you were hired for 40 hours.
Exactly.
You get paid for 40 hours. And if anybody, like a manager or your boss, tells you, well, too bad, you call fucking HR, because that is not how shit works.
Exactly.
No,
Absolutely.
it's just have
No, me time. Me time. You have to cut that off.
Yeah.
you have to,
Because
And-
as long as you allow it, they will continue to abuse. And then what happens? It becomes the norm.
Yeah.
right.
And now they expect it from you all the
Right.
time.
And when you don't do it anymore,
Yeah.
you're
Yeah,
being
it's an issue.
insubordinate, or
Exactly.
you're not, you're not
not a
really
team player
you're-
anymore.
Right. You're not supportive.
I can't fuck you dry anymore, so you're not a team player.
I mean, to be fair, I don't mind, spending a couple hours every day doing things that need to be done. But at the same time, one day a week should be completely just for you.
Couple of hours.
Yeah.
So that means couple of hours a day. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. That's 10 hours, potentially 12, because you do work on Saturdays and Sundays. Potentially 16. That's 16 hours out of your life that you're giving someone that you're not getting compensated for.
Yeah, I know. I work Monday through Friday, but like at the same time, if I have to put in a couple hours on Saturday, I am willing to do it.
Right. I mean, obviously you want to get your work done and you want to be good at what you do, and obviously, get it done. Sometimes you just have to get it done, but don't let that become the norm for you.
Yeah, I mean, as long as you love what you do.
Yeah. Because I'll spank you.
Ew.
Okay.
Okay.
Just saying.
Well, that was the first half.
Yes, it was. All right. Well, since it was the first half, what we're going to do is we're going to take a break. And when we come back, we'll have more dish. So stick around. We'll be right back. Welcome back. That was a quick little break for us, probably a lot longer for you that are listening on the live stream, but nonetheless, we're back. I always like to take a little moment to acknowledge the fact that we have Dookie sitting here with us in the front of our desk area. And if you don't know who Dookie is our little mascot. He was sent to us by Bobby Edwards, who's the CEO of Squatty Potty, which we use religiously, is absolutely amazing. So not only is he a cute little unicorn, which Nick absolutely loves, and he's got little rainbow, a mane made of rainbow colors. He also has a rainbow butt plug. Look at this. It pops out. It's a little rainbow. And we just pop it right back in. Look at that cavity. Looks like your hole.
I wouldn't know. I haven't seen it. Am I
Jay.
muted?
It's
Hello?
been
No, just go right
84.
in.
Hello?
Oh,
We're low. She had us on low volume.
I see how it is.
oh,
It's been 84 years.
look at that.
That's kind
Look
of
familiar?
tempting.
Yeah. Oh,
I fit perfectly. in
all
that.
right. Now, American Pie.
American Pie.
That's what came to mind.
Next time
Anyway.
you guys come down, I'll be like, oh, wait a minute.
So so we're back. We've got some stories that we wanted to cover for you. Do we? Do you have stories in here?
I have one, but I was saving it for the end.
Okay. So I'll start. Anybody watching the Olympics?
No.
So the Winter Olympics are on. They're on for, I think, another, 7 or 8 days. And it's been incredibly amazing to watch and see these athletes do their thing. And one thing I noticed, like, I always watch like your typical gay, like, figure skating and blah, blah, blah. But I was watching snowboarding, and I call him Carrot Top because he's a ginger. But he's a very famous snowboarder. He's gotten like several medals, to say the least. I forget his name. Come on. Somebody Google it.
Sorry, I wasn't listening. What?
A redheaded snowboarder. I forget his name. I call him Carrot Top, but he's really not Carrot Top, but like he's sort of kind of, I think his name is Sean something.
Oh, Sean. I know exactly who you're talking about.
Yeah, he's really good.
Yeah. He's
really good.
He's
Sean
done some-
White?
Yes, I believe so.
He's done some like insane stunts, like off of these mountains, and
Well,
like
I mean-
he's been known to jump off a helicopter into a hill to snowboard down the hill.
Right.
I'm a pass.
Yeah, he's insane, but he's also very good.
Yeah,
and so he announced during the Olympics in Beijing, the Winter Olympics, that this would be his last after 4 consecutive Olympics, I believe, or 3, in where he's medaled in all of them. And you know, the endurance that these athletes need to have is just absolutely incredible. But the hot guys, oh my God, the teens. From Europe, I was like, holy shit, man. There was a camera angle that was catching like a whole group playing cards, and one of them was sitting there like this in like shorts, and I was just like, holy shit, that's like lunch. I need to work in that Olympic Village. But you know, these Olympics are not like any other that we've ever had. The protocols in China to be able to participate in the Olympics is just insane. So not only do you have to quarantine yourself from life, like at least 3 months before you even travel there, once you get into the Olympic Village, you can't leave.
Correct.
You can't go anywhere. No one can come into the village. Only the athletes and their coaches can be there, and you can't leave. You're stuck there. They won't let you go anywhere. So it's not like you can go on like a sightseeing tour or none of that.
And on top of that, China has banned Grindr.
Oh,
What the?
so it can't be like, you remember what happened in Rio, right? Was it Rio where they had the Olympics? 2012. Grindr crashed.
Yeah.
It literally crashed because there were so many people in the Olympic Village on Grindr trying to find hookups. You know, where was I? I wish I was there. I would have like been like, Michael, because you know Michael Phelps was still participating and actively
He's all right.
You know. Have you seen that man? Oh my God.
All right.
One arm, that's all I want.
Wait, of who?
Michael Phelps.
Oh, yeah.
Not Shaun White.
He's actually cute too. He can get it. He can get it. Anyway, the reason why I'm saying I'm talking about the Olympics is because during the Olympics, one of the Olympians, her name is Irene Wust, just became the first Olympian to win gold at 5 straight Olympic Games. She is she's a Dutch speed skater who was victorious in the women's 1,500 meter speed skating competition on Monday. She identifies as bisexual, who won gold for the Team Netherlands, beating out Team Japan's Miho Takagi, who won silver, and Team Netherlands' Antoinette de Jong, who won the bronze. So congratulations to her. It's always wonderful to see representation.
By pride, you go, girl.
Exactly, on the big stage. And bisexual people don't get enough representation within our community to begin with, so it's always good when you read about people who are so proud to wear that banner. So
I want to go back to the Grindr thing. Can we for a second?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. So
That's important.
So, well, I mean, it is a little bit. So they literally said that so they took down a lot of stuff to prevent pornography, online rumors, money worship, all this stuff. But their point was to rectify the chaos of bad behavior on the internet and create a healthy and peaceful network.
Network of what?
The internet.
In China?
In China.
Yeah, okay.
So they're saying that Grindr is bad, which, I mean, it's not.
It's not. Listen, having sex is not bad, period. Whether you're using Grindr as a means to find people to have sex, as long as it's consensual, it is not a bad thing.
Yeah. I think a lot of the people that participate in sports, I know, like with boxing, they used, I don't know if they still do on certain other events, coaches wouldn't allow you to have sex prior to the Olympic or to the event.
How do you regulate
in question.
that?
They have curfews, and they're supposed to be in their rooms by X amount of time and stay there the night. And it's supposed, I guess if you look at it, right? Let's say you meet up with somebody the night before your next event, whatever it may be, typing, I don't know. Mm-hmm. And
then your fingers don't work the next day.
And you spend 3 hours having amazing sex with this person, right?
Or maybe you were giving him, you were edging him.
Yeah.
And you were edging him for so long that the next day your
now
fingers
your wrist is in pain.
Right.
So the whole thing is the next day now you're not in tip top shape. You're kind of worn out from the excess of using energy.
But there's also another theory as well, right? That you work so hard up into a certain point, when you finally have a moment to take a break, you do something crazy, or you do have sex, or whatever it is,
Right.
and it actually breaks your mind away from stuff so that you can be ready for the next day.
So here's the thing, Grindr or not, if you are locked down in the Olympic Village and the only people that can go in and out of that, or at least within
I
the
would just
village,
get a sign and put it in my window that says, I have Grindr in America.
but not even, just walk around.
My room number is.
There's so many guys and so many women. It's like if you're a woman that are looking for a woman, or a guy that's looking for a guy, or a guy who's looking for a woman, or a woman who's looking for a guy, just walk around the Olympic Village and be like, I'm available. They're all hot.
Absolutely.
They're all hot, and they're all like strung up on testosterone and estrogen and God knows what else, and they're ready to go. I mean, their libido is just like boom. You know, they're sitting there stuffing calories left and right to be able to keep up with what they need to do these grueling challenges that they are put up with, that they have to put up with. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna walk. I'm gonna go take a stroll around the hotel if you don't mind. I probably won't be back. I won't make it in time for the next competition. Where's Tommy? She got lost.
Yeah.
Where
No,
is
she lost her skates last night.
She lost her skates.
Where is she? She's under the mat. Go bounce on her.
Oh my God.
Somebody buried her in that snow hill. You can skate all over her. She had an avalanche of guys just come in and just
she's still
destroy
sleeping
her.
in the bobsled.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh my God! But anyway, congratulations to
With the Russian team,
to Ireen
probably.
Wüst. And you know, just to mention too, in her career, she won 6 gold medals and 12 other medals overall. She can medal again one more time if she competes in the 1,000 meter race. She has said, "quote I've always said that age is just a number, and I really want to have children. So at some point, you just have to stop." She's 35 years old. Has participated in 5 Olympics. Her very first one was in 2006. And at 35 years old, she can now retire and say, I'm a 6-time gold medalist, participated in 5 different Olympics, and now I want to have kids. And that's just absolutely gorgeous and beautiful. So congratulations to you.
Well, now she can become a coach for the next person.
Yeah.
Pretty much. So, and it's wonderful to see how people can push their bodies to do things. I mean, some of these snowboarders, when they just go up in the air and they spin and spin and spin, and then they just land, and I'm like, oh,
I would
my
break
God.
my neck.
Yeah, pretty much. And then the skater from California, he's an Asian guy. I think his last name is Chen. I can't remember his first name. He's a hottie, one, and boy, can that man move on the ice. Holy shit. He's incredibly graceful, very strong, powerful, really great, awesome. So if you get a chance, tune in. You know, unfortunately, Beijing is 9 hours ahead of us. So while they're having the Olympics, we're probably sleeping. So you get to watch them prime time, our time. So usually that's what, 7, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night. Yeah. But it's already happened. So you might be able to even catch some, you know, stuff on YouTube or some other streaming service that might be showing it to you in real time, live. But that would probably be like maybe 4 a.m, which is too early for me. So that is that. Trish, over to you.
Yeah. So I was given a very interesting article by our own Mama Kim.
Yes, Mama.
And this article actually is about 9 things that you probably missed because it wasn't being taught in high school in LGBTQ plus history. So we're going to run through it, and then if you guys have any questions, we can talk about it.
Okay.
All right, so number 1, both man and girl used to be gender neutral.
Stop.
Huh?
Question right now. Why?
Okay, so
Why?
Until the late 15th century, pastel blue and pink were both non-binary.
Yes.
So the word girl didn't exist until that period of time. And both used to mean any gender. A male child, when they had to be differentiated would be referred to as knave girls or a maiden child, and a female child was called a gay girl.
Gay girl, happy girl.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So a boy, on the other hand, was, you know, not even really, it didn't really exist.
He was just an heir to everything because, you know, women can't
He was
inherit.
a knave girl.
Knave, as in N-A-V-E?
Mm-hmm. K-N-A-V-E.
Oh, K-N.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
K-N-A-V-E.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you know, back in those days, women didn't have rights and men pretty much inherited the world. So I would see why there wouldn't
Literally,
be.
that's kind of what it ends this part with.
Yeah, I mean, there would be no need for you to differentiate because, I mean, man had everything. You do what I say. That's it, period. Done.
All right, well, number 2, the Catholic Church was cool with marriage equality back in the Dark Ages.
Yes.
Which we all knew.
Was it really?
Yes.
Yeah.
I didn't know this.
Yes.
Explain.
So forms of same-sex marriage have existed as far back as the 10th century. According to ancient church liturgy, that was described office of same-sex unions and even an order for uniting two men existed back then.
Interesting. Now, in what country was this? Are we talking about like in Europe?
It's
like
the Catholic Church, so I mean they like ran everything for a while.
Okay, so yeah, you're right. I mean,
Yeah.
the Roman Catholic Church did really conquer most. I mean, at some point they even conquered England. England was Catholic at some point. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, off you go.
All right. So
Off with her head.
the oldest chat up line was, of course, between two guys.
The oldest chat up.
Mm-hmm.
What's that?
So it's the oldest chat up line, like Grindr or, you know, AOL Messenger, right? So historians consider one of the oldest chat up lines in the world to be between two Egyptian gods sparring over their father, Orpheus. But basically, it was like, you know, hieroglyphics between two men talking about their love for one another.
Interesting.
And that was the chat up line.
The chat up line. Okay. I thought it was Walter Mercado when he first came out back in the 2nd century. Okay. But, you know, may he rest in peace.
Talk about dial up and AOL.
Right. Oh my God. I gotta get that.
You've got mail.
You've got mail.
Oh, my God.
Welcome. It said welcome first.
Yeah, I did.
Anyway, go ahead. Next.
All right. No. You want to keep talking?
Yeah.
No, please go ahead.
They was once the most common pronoun.
They. I believe that.
Yeah.
We use it every day. See, you know, this whole thing about people like, it's so complicated. It's really not.
So what I didn't know about this was that Jane Austen and William Shakespeare used they, them pronouns.
Yes.
Ah, I didn't know that either.
Isn't that amazing?
That's awesome. I mean,
and just now, I mean, they, them has become a thing, right?
Right.
In the past, 5-10 years, where it's
Right.
become really, you know, a thing where we have to teach people, understand why it's important. But the fact that it was happening up until the 19th century.
and people, you know, that's the thing. So like, just, you know, when it's thrown in our faces, people tend to sort of kind of react to it in a weird way. But when it's done quietly in the background, nobody cares. Mm-hmm. Right. And we use the word they, them often in many different ways and sentences that we speak throughout our day.
Well, my thing is, it's like, why did it stop?
I
You know
don't
what I mean? Like, why all of a sudden after the 19th century was it just like
The patriarchy.
Yeah.
there you go.
Men saying, no, that's not going to fly with
Let's
us.
get rid of that. We don't really use it.
Right.
All right. So trans people led one of America's first queer rebellions,
That is true.
and it wasn't Stonewall.
Which one was it?
It was the. Oh, hold on. 1969. Where is it?
She lost it.
I did.
Bum ba-dum, ba-da-ba-da-ba-bum. Dun, da-dum, dun, dun, dun.
It's not helping.
Maybe she needs a little love. No?
Oh, it was a Los Angeles cafe, a 24-hour cafe called Cooper Donuts.
Cooper Donuts?
Mhm.
I love it. I love the name. Does it still exist?
I I don't think
Google
so.
Cooper do nuts.
Cooper, as in COOPER.
COOPER. Do nuts, like
Yeah,
DO.
like donuts, but DO dash nuts.
Dude, oh my god, I fucking love that name.
Right?
We need that bar here. We're gonna rename partners. Cooper do nuts, or partner do nuts.
The Cooper
Dave
Do Nuts riot was a small uprising in the response to police harassment of LGBTQ people at the 24-hour Cooper Do Nuts Cafe in LA in May 1959.
Jeez, do you smell the like?
So pre Stonewall. That's awesome.
Smell the similarities.
Oh yeah.
It was a thing. All right,
was a thing.
Next one up.
Last but not least, the oldest porn was queer and seriously gender nonconforming.
And what was it?
I cannot read this word.
Kanji Ashimengi.
What?
Yeah, I think that might be right.
Petroglyphs are ancient
Rock carvings thought to have been created between 3,000 and 4,000 years ago. They're the earliest known example of pornography.
my God.
Kanji what? PANGI? Right?
KANGJIASHIMENJI.
You lost her. She's Latina. She's like thinks in two languages. Like you said G and she was like, hey, que? Yeah, she just got lost.
Well, I mean, I just thought it was fascinating to think about all of the history we should be learning and should be, absorbing in our history classes growing up.
Right.
And we don't get that opportunity. And to see all of this representation throughout history, it's, to me, incredible. Like, I wish I knew this as a kid. It would have made me feel, I don't know, way more validated, maybe?
Right. Well, I mean, you think about like in the past 5 or 6 years, you've seen a big push for LGBTQ history to be taught in schools and to be
And we
added.
get a page.
Right, to be added as part of the curriculum for a lot of public schools around the nation. What?
Meanwhile,
In Canada?
no, while I was in Florida,
Oh God,
Oh boy.
it's
Florida,
Florida,
man.
girl.
have you heard of that Florida? Have you heard of that new Florida education ban that's going on down there? They're trying to literally make teachers in public schools not use any terminology or acknowledge anything that is a part of the LGBTQ plus community.
It doesn't surprise me. I mean, Texas is banning books that has to do with anything that has to do with either sexuality, when it comes to homosexuality, trans, anything trans, and black and brown people. Those books are literally being banned from libraries. So it doesn't surprise me, but I wanted to go back to what you were talking about in regards to education and curriculum, or at least I was mentioning that. But interestingly enough, I remember when we first started seeing people starting to push for the idea of being able to teach proper and adequate LGBTQ plus history in schools, that I posted something on Facebook, and my cousin's wife, no, I don't think so. I don't want my child learning that in school, in elementary school or whatever. There's ways that you can introduce sexuality to a boy or a girl or a child that doesn't have to be sexual.
Or behind a shed.
But that could be factual and teach them about who they are going to encounter in their lives in their future. And she goes, well, no, it shouldn't be. I was like, listen, it's a public school. My tax dollars contributes towards public education. And as a gay person, I want to see myself represented in those books.
Yeah.
And if you don't want that for your child, then put them in a fucking private school. But if they're part of the public education system, they should be learning about America in its entirety. Not just one page, not a little bit about Black history, not a little bit about gay history, all of it. The good, the bad, and the nasty and the ugly. All of it. Because it is important. We have to be able to look back at history and say, we learned from this, and we can't do that.
Sake, yes.
No, they want to whitewash it.
Right.
They
We
wanna
can't do
whitewash
that
it
if
away
you don't
and
teach
then,
your kids this. And so this whole book banning shit in fucking Texas is bullshit. Florida, all of it is bullshit.
It's called the Don't Say Gay bill.
Oh God, whatever. I cannot. Rob DeSantis, is that his name?
Yeah.
Somebody needs to throw him in a pool with fucking orca whales. Maybe they'll. They probably won't even eat him. They'll look at him and be like,
Spoiled
"No,
me.
I'm not happy." You're like, "You're not yummy enough.
I can't even.
You probably have COVID. You're unvaxxed." So, yeah. Wow. Well, that's interesting.
Yeah.
And what's this turtle thing?
Okay. Yeah. Well, I mean. All right. So gay animals. Hello. All right. So meet the oldest bisexual turtle in the world.
What is his name?
Jonathan.
Yay.
Jonathan. Where is he from?
I'm about to tell you. He's a blind bisexual tortoise.
Oh God.
That can't
No
smell
wonder.
and is turning 190 years old.
Ew. So you
Go,
can't,
girl.
you can't smell rank ass when you're about to like head right into it. That's a problem.
That's not a problem.
That's a pink eye problem.
It's a pink eye problem that's about it.
Oh my God.
So he's actually so old that he made the Guinness Book of World Records. He's the oldest land animal on Earth. Jonathan, a blind tortoise that can't smell, lives in the South Atlantic island of St. Helena on the grounds of the governor's mansion, along with 3 other giant tortoises. And when it comes to his partners, Emma, Fred, Jonathan's libido is not slowing down.
All right, Jonathan, you better get it. Get it, Jonathan. Get it. That's awesome.
Isn't that amazing?
It is. I love to see, like, first and foremost, animal stories, animal gay stories is our thing. Well, his thing, really. But we like to talk about it here on the show because it makes us feel good. And not only that, it also gives us an idea that who we are as members of the LGBTQ plus community is no accident. We're here for a reason. And you can see that displayed clearly in nature. As well as in humanity. And so spread love, not war. You know?
I just can't believe the turtle is 190.
I thought it was like, you said it was 90.
190.
He's 190 years old.
And he is like going at it.
Because there's a tortoise
Good for him.
in the Galapagos Island that's like 105 or something like that. I think his name is George or something. But wow. And I believe they're an endangered species. The giant tortoise. They're protected, right? Huh. Interesting. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So here's some not so great news about Michael Phelps.
Oh, God.
What happened?
No.
So the headline reads,
Something on my face?
are we on or are we not on?
Have you not hit the record button?
Nope, but that's okay. It's being recorded on YouTube. We'll get it there. So when we came back from break, I forgot to hit the record to record the second half. So that means I have to do extra work. I got to go get the audio from YouTube and break it down and do all that good stuff.
Oh, girl.
Anyway.
Meanwhile, this fucking tortoise at 190 is fucking everything. He can't even hit record.
I can't.
So here we go. Michael Phelps' trans ex-girlfriend says she was hurt when he whined about trans athletes on CNN. So I guess the Olympic swimmer Michael Phelps, his transgender alleged ex-girlfriend is calling him a hypocrite for comments he made that implied that transgender women and girls participating in sports are not fair.
Hey, everybody has something to say about the topic. I've met, interestingly enough, transgender people that have and posted things about the topic. We have a couple of members of the trans community who have literally said that, this argument is correct. I believe the opposite. I believe that it's not. We should let someone who identifies as a woman to participate in women's sports. Even, though her opinion really doesn't count, because she's a fucking Kardashian or wannabe. But Caitlyn Jenner also came out and said the same thing. But I don't know. It's just, it's a catch-22. It is. I know where I stand on the matter, and that's let them play. It's important for the development. It's important for their lives and their self-esteem, and also for their place in the world. And that's all I'm going to say about that. So, God, that annoys me so much. So much. Thankfully, this is all, being recorded. I can extract the audio.
It's fixable.
Yeah, it is. It's going to take a lot of work, but it is.
And I see here, Israel is to open its first LGBT shelter for Arab youth.
That's amazing.
That was reported
And that's good.
recently in February.
And it's important to remember, too, that, Israel has always been, not has always, but in the recent decade has been very open to the LGBTQ plus community. Tel Aviv does amazing celebrations of Pride and stuff. I've had friends that have gone to Pride Tel Aviv, and they say it's just an amazing, incredible celebration. And so, yeah, I wouldn't put it past them. Awesome. Thank you, Jay, for sharing those. You better work.
Some great snippets of good news.
Wow. All right. Well, listen, why don't we wrap this up and bring it home? So I'm going to toss it over to Trish, and we'll jump into Mama Kim's Minute. Do you want me to give you that love again?
Yeah.
Please.
Okay.
All right, everybody. Here's Mama Kim's Minute. Oh, sorry. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
Number one, out athlete Brittany Bowe carried the American flag at the Olympics opening ceremony in Beijing.
Yes, Queen.
Number two, George Takei warms the internet's heart with queer joke about his marriage.
I thought it was Taki.
Takei, Taki, I get confused.
He's George Taki from
Star Trek.
Star Wars. Everybody says Takei. So.
Takei? Is it Takei? I don't know.
I don't know.
I met him in person and I said Taki, so.
You're so tacky.
Yeah, that's probably why he didn't sign anything. All right, number three. Christians are protesting a commercial that shows a gay man eating peanut butter because it's 2022. What?
What? I can't. But there it is. Oh, Mr. Jaybird.
I guess we have nothing for this on this day. Well, we did.
What do you mean it's in there?
It's in there.
Not on my side.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Oh.
On this day in gay history, late but never sorry, the court rules Prop 8 is unconstitutional. February 7th, 2012,
Right.
in Cali. The Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals rules 2-1 that the ban on same-sex marriage in California is unconstitutional. Proposition 8 serves no purpose and has no effect other than to lessen the status and human dignity of gays and lesbians in California and to officially reclassify their relationship and families is as inferior to those of opposite sex couples, Judge Stephen Reinhardt writes.
Of course, it's a
Right.
Stephen.
Right.
Can't even be mad at him.
And that, of course, was in 2012. We had a guest, Linda Stay, who was in the midst of that, fighting for that in California, because both her daughter and her son were part of the community and were also actively fighting against Prop 8. We know that shortly after, 3 years later in 2015, we officially got marriage equality as a result of the work that the people who fought for the overruling of Proposition 8 in California, the good work of Judith Windsor and, of course, Obergefell and his husband, which gave us marriage equality in this country via the Supreme Court. So awesome. All right. Well, listen, ladies and gents, if you love our show, make sure that you go subscribe, rate, and review on your favorite podcasting service. By subscribing, you get the latest and greatest of our shows delivered right to your favorite device or web browser as soon as our episodes are published. You can also support us on Patreon, which allows you, our listeners, to support the show with a monetary donation. Those donations we collect monthly and can be in any denomination of $1 or more. Jay?
Next week, we welcome Paul Bailey, a nutrition coach with over 15 years experience, helping gay men transform their health, body, and self-confidence by focusing on their mindset, relationship with food, and themselves.
Can't wait. We all need that.
Oh, girl.
Well, I definitely need that.
All right. And now here's next the weekly reminder for all of you bottoms out there who want to keep their buttholes on point. Yes, we are talking about the future method, Trish.
All right. Thank you. All right, get the future method today. Each time you clean out with water or enemas, delicate tissues are harmed and cells are damaged, increasing chances of injury and or STDs. The first of its kind doctor-developed formula gently cleanses before you play without hurting your bum. Visit futuremethod.com to purchase your life-changing bum cleanser today.
All right, and Jay?
As always, it is time to put a ring on it. Our show is available on our website, GayTalk2.0.com, under audio podcast. It is also available as a free download on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcast, and Stitcher Radio.
All right, you can find us on social media, Facebook, GayTalk 2.0, Instagram, GayTalk 2.0, Twitter at GayTalk20. You can email us at GayTalk2.0 at GayTalk20.com. Tom, give it a try.
And if you need to reach out to us, just head on over to our website. There, you can click on the Contact Us tab, which is right at the top of your web browser. Leave us your comments, suggestions, any questions for the cast or an individual host. You can also call us and leave us a voice message with your questions. We can answer those for you on the show. Our phone number is 334-GAY-TALK, and if you need all those digits, it is 334-429-8255. Don't forget that we do stream live every Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and you can access that live stream on digitalstreamradio.com. With that, that is our show. I want to thank you all, and y'all have a good night. Bye!
Thank you for listening to this episode of Gay Talk 2.0. Tune in next time for more dish.